to go wrong? And then there's the race. You know, Pecco and his machine, the Ducati, were like super competitive here, even at this tight circuit. At Misano, I think they are the ones to beat. Then Pecco has been getting the most out of his bike recently. He's the Ducati rider that has been shining, this last half of the season. And he's going to, I think, continue that run. But can you imagine what's going through his head? He has to get that few points, if Fabio wins. And, on the other side of the other side there, Fabio is going to be thinking, I can win this race, And then it puts massive pressure on Pecco. That's their only card that Yamaha and Fabio can play this weekend, is win. Go out this event aiming to win. Then there's a chance. It keeps things alive.
Well, you just said it there. The only thing Fabio can do on Sunday is win. But realistically, what are his chances?
I think there's, riding how Fabio rides, there's a very good chance. He knows, what he has to do. I think still I think most riders and team staff will agree with me, that's my guess, that Fabio has been the standout man this year, and if he does what he is capable of, and this circuit, there's some acceleration areas that he's going to lose, but he is phenomenal. When he's on form, phenomenal. So yes, I fully believe he has the ability to win.
I'm enjoying these little cheeky smirks between the pair of them. The other thing we have to kind of throw into that is Fabio actually hasn't had a win since all the way back in Germany. So we're talking basically the end of the first half of the season. But you've got to think that he's going to be buoyed and feel a bit of confidence from the podium last time out in Malaysia. And
that was a brilliant ride. It was very similar in my eyes to Austria when he surprised us all with his speed. The last part of the race in Austria and in and in Sepang, he matched Pecco, and also Anea, who was ahead. It matched them lap time for lap time, but even catching, in the second half. So, I think he has the ability to do it. It's just homework from FP1 all the way through. If they can put everything in place to do the job, yes, he's the man to do it.
It's pretty unbelievable and at the same time totally remarkable that we find ourselves in this place, because Pecco Bagnaia had to claw his way back from a 91-point deficit. When he had that crash in Germany, I think along with us, you must assume he must have thought, championship is done. What does that say about him as a rider?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think on the podcast from Malaysia done with Davide Tardozzi, even Davide as team manager and the other management guys were thinking it slipped away, and like everyone had, because it's fair enough. Nobody has won this championship before with 5 DNFs, nobody. And Pecco is looking like so far doing it, So it's fair enough that everyone thought it had slipped away. And Davide Tardozzi told us that it was actually Pecco's crew that kept telling Pecco, it's not over, Pecco. We can still do this. It's not over, And he's pulled that off. Him and his crew have come out race after race. How many wins? 4 on the trot at least. So
7 wins.
Yep.
And then he's the first Ducati rider to take 4 consecutive wins, which I think really highlights the pedigree of rider he is.
Yeah. And the only thing that stopped him was his results early on in the season, that stopped him making it a runaway, really, because it was his mistakes, and maybe, Davide Tardozzi took some blame as well. Ducati getting a little bit lost early in the year. I think it was that 22 bike and then changing things, and he didn't say exactly what, but I think the front ride height device, lost a couple of riders a bit of confidence front end wise. Then by the 5th race in, he had his confidence back, and he's been really impressive ever since, apart from the odd glitch. No mistake.
Well, I think now we're going to go see a review of his season.